On the 19th of October 2023, the Senate Ad Hoc Committee, led by Tana River Senator Dansan Mungatana, published the report on the investigations of the proliferation of religious organizations and circumstances leading to the over 450 deaths in Shakahola. Some of the committee's recommendations include establishment through the Office of the Registrar of Societies the number of religious groups in the country, audit the legal and registration framework of religious organizations in the country. But was the report conclusive?
Kitu ambacho nilikuwa natazamia kitakuwa pale ni jinsi wale walioachwa serikali itawasaidia kivipi. Haukuwa chochote, hakuna.
The bill is there, yes, okay, but let us also try to train, these people and tell them the truth, because you don't use the Bible only to convince your followers. There must be something else.
The registration of churches varies in different countries across the East African region. In Rwanda, for instance, the law requires religious groups and faith-based organizations to obtain legal status before beginning operations. New organizations are required to secure land and facilities adequate for their activities before obtaining legal status. Additionally, the government requires churches, mosques, and other places of worship to meet certain health and safety standards and abide by noise pollution ordinances. Those operating a church are required to provide a notarized copy of a degree in theology from a recognized university and should not have been convicted of any criminal offense punishable by a sentence of 6 months or more. The emergence of technology and the surge in religious TV stations has also contributed to religious extremism. According to the Communications Authority of Kenya, as of the 31st of May 2023, there were 632 total broadcasting licenses issued on different license categories. However, there were 109 broadcasters carrying the programming genre, which is primarily and exclusively categorized as religious.
Due to technology and mushrooming churches, things are changing. And day to day, you find people starting their own churches. Yes. Why? Because people think a church is a business.
Sisi Waislamu kwanza wale wanaofungua channel za dini ni wenyewe ni wasomi tayari. Si watu hivi tu kwamba mtu atakuja afungue station ya dini hajui lolote, na ataweka wasome vile vile. Wale ambao watakuwa mfano ni watangazaji lazima wao wanajua dini pia.
According to the Office of the Attorney General, the Registrar of Society holds the records of approximately 10,000 registered societies maintained in manual form. Additionally, over 40,000 registered societies are of a religious nature, including churches, mosques, and temples.
We have seen some other cults where people are invited, they bring their own children for sacrifice, then they end up maybe selling organs of the body, for money. First of all, it's not about yourself, it's about the God that you pray.
According to religious leaders, political dictatorship and social hopelessness creates the desperation that fuels religious extremism.
Tulikuwa tunadhania hicho kitendo kiu kimetokomea kabisa. Sasa hivi ikiwa inarudi tena hata sijui.
This is a story of faith twisted, hope betrayed, and the silence that allowed it. In this section of Binzaro village in the vast Chakama ranch lies a known number of suspected bodies marked with these yellow tapes. They are mental slaves of religion. For the hundreds of families who have lost their loved ones in the Shakahola massacre, they sit in silence of their own sorrow. Everything inside them feels hollow. Grief is the only language their body speaks as they absorb their screams. For some, the only way is up. For some, the only way is forward. And for many, the only way is through. But one thing is holding them back: And that's the piercing question of, for how long will cult leaders exploit and manipulate their unsuspecting followers in the name of God? Elizabeth Atieno, TV 47 from Shakahola, Kilifi County.